Is 3 days the quickest that you told somebody I love you?
I don't know. It might have been. It could have been. Definitely could have been, because I know that feeling. This is really just based on like a very loose relationship, a very like whatever, like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't really much hardcore feelings involved. It's kind of open. You're not in a position to give nobody all of you or a piece of you for whatever reason, but you know, the part of you that they got, y'all have an understanding. And it probably takes a confident man or a confident woman or just a selfless individual. You might not be able to link up with that person when you want to because they dealing with somebody else because you haven't committed fully to them. So you got to be able to deal with that too. I think the juxtaposition of my voice and Jeremiah's voice as far as tone goes is really good. My tone isn't really high, it's kind of raspy, and his is high, cut through. And I think the juxtaposition of back and forth of that keeps our songs interesting. Getting mine like fine wine, messing the time. Many other brothers left you, but this pleasure is mine. You know, that come from Are You Still Down For Me? John B featuring Tupac, and that was one of like the most underrated songs of like the 90s to me. He starts the second verse in the song like that. And I just always thought it was like real smooth. I just paying homage to one of the greatest of all time, and then, you know, I'm setting the tone for where I'm going. There's no pressure for us to say that I love you for now, so fuck that cup and shit. I just want us to be comfortable now. And the older you get, the more you realize, like, damn, they just don't, like, I really was dealing with somebody for X amount of time, and I never felt that the way this person made me feel in 3 days. It's just a feeling, bro, and I don't think it's really, like, easily defined. Who you loving, who you want to pull up with. Who don't care who you dating, long as you can, you trust them. It's really an open-ended question, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we might not be able to be together, but who do you really like? At this point in my life, I'm not checking for who you dealing with because you occupy this space in my heart, and I don't want to be selfish. Try and heal your problems so I can lighten the load. No, you're not fighting alone because I'm protecting you from them. Yeah, I want to support the dreams of who I'm dealing with. I might zone out on accident just from having ADD or having a lot going on, but when it comes to like life and how that person want to move or ideas or things that can definitely lighten like the pressure that they dealing with, I'm definitely listening. Like that's very important. Life hard and ex-lovers is like scars because it stopped hurting but never forgetting what it was. I wasn't young and my biggest enemy was the club. See, voicemails and third rings fucking me up, so I don't trust. And I'm trying to slow up. Every man has been there, like, you know, you calling a girl, she knows she out with her friends, and maybe like the club is over at 2 and they not answering the phone and it's ringing 2.5 times and it's like, you know, you're getting banged on and it's like, what is happening? That's enough to scar somebody. Like, you know, it's an immature way of thinking in a lot of ways, but that's what Wow That's Crazy is about. It's like, how do we heal moving forward on the album? They switch up on you, I'm gonna stay the same, yeah. I pull up on you, then put it in with patience. I'm good what we got it without no expectations. What good is the title when Shorty been the wave, yeah. If I call you my girlfriend, what's it gonna change? You been that bitch, you been that queen to me. If I call you this, I'm just gonna call you this for decoration. If you niggas is paying attention, that's off there. Ah, that was a tight line. Let me illustrate you. I'm gonna turn repaint you. It's already wet. Have you had a brainstorm? You gotta take care of your lady, right? This is self-explanatory, fellas. You gotta take care of your lady. It's already wet, but have you, like, has it exploded? Have you ever? You guys get it, man. Put the kids to bed on that one. Everywhere a nigga take you, just know that my face good. Modify your energy so your bank and your skin glow. Maxfield, let it fly. I be up in there a lot. Just to show you I don't care, go wear it to that nigga house. If you dealing with some things inside, and it's like you want to overcompensate, you kind of want to show her that you're not tripping because you are tripping so much, you probably would do something like that. No, oh, no, go over there. Okay, go. But it's really like, you really going, you really do it? You ain't really gonna do it. If you send a girl to another man's house and she wearing some crazy that you bought her, it's shaking the table on that side too. He might, is it sugar daddy? Is it what? Is it your boyfriend? Is it what? Do you love him? It shakes the table, especially when you might be playing that who gonna fall in love with who game first. We don't share our whereabouts or the gossip, the hood love, the supreme confidence that we good, that's good enough. One of the earlier titles for this album was Good Enough, because on the album I talk a lot about self-love and loving somebody else, and the themes that was on the album a lot was just being good enough. And at this point in the movie, if we got a thing that's is cool, then we cool. And it's almost like a to be continued that continues throughout. Wow, that's crazy. I like to just do subtle things from here and there. I got this one record that ain't come out yet with Ross where I took something from dance hall and I made a crazy hook, but it's not a dance hall record. You know, I like to take obscure things like that.